This is a human-computer interface that is being directed into my apartment. They are torturing me with directed energy weapons and a human-computer interface that is wirelessly deployed in my apartment. That is my son. You can hear in the background. He is upset because he has to watch his mom be tortured right in front of him. We try to keep him in the room, but he can still hear the sounds that they force me to make when they send prompts to my nervous system. This is a modern-day lynching. It's being carried out with artificial intelligence and a wireless brain-computer interface. Our government has lied to us about the extent of technological advancement. Artificial intelligence is already, and wireless brain-computer interfaces are already a weapon that is on our streets, that is being used to kill people. There are multiple victims who are being sex trafficked, tortured, and murdered this way. Last night they started torturing me at around 10. Today it is like 11 something. So I guess they got started late. There's a person paired to my nervous system right now, sending sexually abusive muscle and nerve stimulation, muscle and nerve stimulation to my nervous system via this wireless computer interface. Everybody thinks that this technology doesn't exist, but it does. She's handing me a piece of copper fabric. When I put copper fabric over me, or RF paint, or when I hide under cardboard, all of those things lessen the sensation of the directed energy weapons that are being used to rape me. But it does mean that I essentially have to hide under copper. I essentially have to hide. I'm actually going to get some aluminum foil so that you can see the directed energy bouncing off of the aluminum foil. There's a person paired with my nervous system right now. They have to be using something that's like a full body human to digital interface of some sort that is collecting that kind of information from them, and that kind of information is being transmitted to my nervous system. This is how they will make me dance, or they will torture me this way. They make my foot stomp. They do all kinds of fucked up shit. This is a modern day genocide. It's being carried out in virtual reality, but this is augmented reality, when they send transmissions to your nervous system that affect your nervous system as sensations and movement. That's augmented reality. 6G infrastructure was already set up for augmented reality. They have propagandized the public into believing that they have to wear a device. You don't have to wear a device for the government to be able to do this to you. And you also don't have to wear a device for the black market military technology that is being distributed on our streets, and the software that allows them to have this capability. It is being distributed completely unregulated. I could try to do things like call the police, but they're not going to do anything for me. A lot of those police officers are using things like drones and UAVs to violate the privacy of people and spy on them. So law enforcement is definitely involved in this. And they also use human-computer interface, kind of like a Zoom meetup call, the wireless human-computer interface. I have multiple handlers who just surveil my apartment all day long. And then occasionally I am tortured. I'm tortured for doing things like reading things that they don't want me to read, watching things they don't want me to watch. Right now I'm probably being tortured because I've had a little bit to drink tonight. So they are torturing me for that. They're using this as kind of like a behavioral therapy, or behavioral modification, not behavioral therapy. Behavioral modification. Rape is a tool that they are also using via this human-computer interface. So they rape me to punish me for things. They also sex traffic me to punish me for things. There have been times when I have been essentially gang raped over a wireless human-computer interface where multiple operators have paired themselves with my body while they were engaged in sex acts. I've had them pair their spouses with my body while they were engaged in sex acts. So they have the public believing that this has not evolved. like to what I'm describing, when it has where it has evolved far past that and is actually in the hands of corrupt organizations and organized crime who are using this to do things like sex trafficking, human experimentation, etc. They abuse my nervous system this way because it's unprotected. We do not have any system of law enforcement in the United States currently that I can access. This is an emergency situation, so I should be able to call 911 and have a cybersecurity unit or a digital forensics unit come out and actually start tracking these signals back to source in order to prosecute these fucking war criminals for doing what they're doing to me. But our legal system has not been updated to protect my nervous system from outside electromagnetic energy, directed energy weapons, and wireless human and computer interfaces, which are also directed energy weapons when they're being used to sex traffic, torture, or otherwise like harm a person. There is no legal system in place currently that allows me to respond to the situation as the emergency situation that it is. So basically, I'm hiding under this piece of copper. My family has to watch me be tortured and raped this way. They have had to hear me be raped because of what these people are doing to me. My mom has just lost her son and is now watching me die in front of her. Because of what they are doing to me. They try to drive me to suicide, all kinds of stuff. They've tried to torture me into killing myself. My mom literally had to keep me alive some nights because of what they were doing to me. And the government is lying to the public about the public safety crisis that directed energy weapons and human computer interfaces when they are wirelessly deployed in somebody's apartment actually represent. Because they are wirelessly deployed and interacting with people's nervous systems, being used to kidnap them, being used as a way to keep these people trapped in sexual slavery. So I'm just recording another night of that. I already know that I'm going to have some naysayers if this ever goes viral. Just know that you're a piece of shit for fucking just reinforcing rape and sex trafficking and torture. Because I'm literally trying to call attention to this and also fighting for my life. My mom has literally been in this battle with me for the last year or so. She literally had to nurse me back to health. I had severe shell shock and post-traumatic stress disorder from having to run from sex traffickers in Washington State. Those sex traffickers followed me across the country. Why? Because sex trafficking is profitable. They make good money selling my nervous system to other people. So it is worth it for them to follow me across the country, especially if I develop a reputation in the black market community, and that's what's happened. So they are selling my nervous system to people, profiting off of it, and then stalking me across the country. When I tried to claim asylum in Canada, they knew that my nervous system was compromised. They knew that I had been a victim of biological warfare of some sort. They denied me asylum 3 times, even though I went to the border to claim asylum to let them know that I was dying, that I was being tortured, and that nanotechnology was being deployed all over the United States as biological warfare, and was being used to kidnap people so that they could be killed or held for ransom. They denied me asylum because of that, because at that point my nervous system was compromised and I was considered a national security risk. In Washington State, they didn't do anything for me either. They actually locked me out of, because everybody's nervous system was hooked up to a fucking computer interface, a wireless computer interface, and they began to mass program the minds of the population in that area. So when I went to try to access the safety net program there in order to get housing and that kind of thing, they iced me out of it. As a form of like mass mind control, and it led to me having to run to Louisiana, where I'm at right now. Currently, they have not stopped torturing me since I've gotten here. It's been a year, and my mom had to essentially nurse me back to life from shell shock and post-traumatic stress disorder. They are still torturing me. She lost her son a month ago, and she's still watching me die right in front of her. So these are the kinds of war crimes that are being committed on U.S. soil while the government covers up that all of this is happening, that nanotechnology is a form of biological warfare that is killing people in the United States, and that people are using wireless human-computer interfaces to essentially turn people into slaves, and sex traffic them, torture them, etc. That's what's happening to me right now. I have the copper fabric over me. It's blocking out the rape sensations. Also, nanotechnology is biological warfare, and it's on our streets in the United States, and it's killing people. They are slaughtering people with this. The nanotechnology is like has been it's in my nervous system. They're using it to gang rape me, so that's what they're trying to do. I drank, so they're trying to coerce me into a sex act, and then they're also torturing me.